Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sergeant Neutral Checks Out Thronefall. So, this is a game that's essentially, there are billions, which is the wave-based zombie survival. You kind of build your little base, and then you hop on in and, defend yourself against waves and waves of the undead. This is similar, but with a bit of more of a medieval feel and I would say, very, very distinct art style. So I've played through the tutorial, I've played through the first mission, so what I think I'm going to do is just hop in to the first mission and just show you guys a little bit of what this looks like. So here we are, another cool, so first of all you can see right here the art style is just astounding. I mean, this is our little avatar right here, our little king, our little queen, however you want to do it. This is our guy. So, essentially, the way this works is that you get to hop into a mission here. So we'll do this, we'll hit play, and then all of these are mutators, ideas, and basically perks that you get to pick and bring into the mission with you. So certain kinds of weapons, like the light spear, you get to finish all of these quests, which add a certain amount of experience that you're able to pick up. So this spear means that I won't be able to attack ranged or flying units, but I will be able to run up and stab them in the head with a spear. And then these mutators are just more difficult options here. So I think what we'll probably do is King of Resurrection is interesting. Castle Center is nice. Depending on its level, that's just a little bit of gold. I don't know if that's going to be tremendously helpful, but it would lead us to basically allow us to have some more gold at a little bit earlier, which could be helpful, especially if we pick this mutator. Minus 50% gold, but you get 30% more points, and it would achieve this little bonus right here. Because I really like this one, 33 range, their projectiles deal 33% more damage, which is bananas. But my own damage is 60% less effective. That's pretty crippling. I would say we go Royal Mint with Spear, and then we can go Challenge of the Snake God. So, we'll hop in, and then I'll have a little bit of time here to kind of explain to you guys how this works. So as you can see, there are indicators here that'll tell you how many enemies are approaching from this angle. I believe there's also another angle right here, and then further down over here. So how things essentially go is that you start off with your gold right here. You hit spacebar to spend your gold. Your gold is indicated down here. And that's essentially your only resource. That's the only thing you really desperately have to worry about. So what I'll probably do here is build improved plow. Every future upgrade of this mill will increase this income even more. If we hit escape, however, it immediately releases it back, which is lovely. I think we'll probably go with this one right here, because I know that the initial waves come from over here, and this allows us just a little bit more time to pick stuff up. So we are going to be throwing 1, 2 down, and this will be a nice little source of income, because essentially I'll hit tab, and you see night in 1 to 2 seconds. That's when the enemies attack, obviously. So you generate gold from these areas, whether it be your windmill or your houses right here. And at the end of every day, you get that much more gold. So we're going to hop in, we're going to start the night, and we're going to let it rock and roll. And as you can see, I'm attacking here with, it's just an auto attack. It automatically kind of like draws you to your closest enemy. And the most important thing that I've found is really body blocking in this game is critical. So we've got 1, 2. We got 2 extra gold, which is lovely, which I believe this will give us 5 or 6. Excellent. And since we have that, we can start building our little guard towers here. I think getting these really, really solid guard towers at the start is wunderbar. Because now we can let it rock and roll. There are 13 waves in total, so let's see how far we get. So here, you can see that I can pull aggro relatively easily, especially with these smaller waves, which allows our towers to kind of do what they've got to do. I can hit space, which increases my attack speed for a while, but this little circle right here tells me when I'll be able to use that ability again. So here we are. Excellent. So, and up here is our score, which is essentially, pardon me, which is essentially the experience that you'll be gaining at the end of every level. So here, 7 gold here. Can't upgrade anything. I can only upgrade my towers and my windmills and all that once my actual castle itself levels up. So hopefully we'll be able to do that next turn. We'll pick up 1, 2, and we still have an extra gold, which means we're pretty much guaranteed to be able to get through here. And as you see here, there is a new type of enemy coming through, and these are actually speed. So they're very, very quick, but the good news is they tend to really, really zero in on buildings, so your actual hero itself isn't in a tremendous amount of danger. So what I'm going to try and do is keep kiting these guys up towards here to try and protect my farms as well as possible, which did go very shockingly well, actually. I was really expecting to kind of get crunched there. So as you see, there's a whole bunch of ranged enemies coming in, which isn't too bad because they're not devastatingly powerful. So that could be magic armor. Level 1, I would say magic armor would be quite nice for us, especially the way that we are currently playing. And I would say, yeah, because we require 5 gold here. Another one right here should be quite nice because that'll allow us to have decent coverage all over our kingdom. So let's hop in and see how it goes. Perfect, so it does do a little bit of damage down here. I do want to make sure that we're able to go down here and protect our mill here. So the good news is, just ranged units, as a general rule, our buildings win pretty much every single time. But as you can tell, they can slowly knock our buildings down. So we do want to make sure that even though we are confident, we do not grow overconfident. So wonderful. Nice amount of gold coming in here. So here, these guys go straight for the wall. So we are going to want to build this. And then I would say, do we want to upgrade a tower? Or get some extra soldiers? I would probably say we're going to get some extra soldiers here. These are our ranged units. Bonus damage against ranged units. Less effective against flying units. I would say just longbow archers would probably be the best move for us here, as well as this additional tower, because we want to make sure that our defenses are nice and strong before we really start expanding our economy. It's all about kind of finding that good balance between the two. So here we go. So as you can see, they're not tremendously interested in me, and our ranged units are doing a phenomenal job. And since my spear slows down fast units, I want to make sure I at least tap each one a couple times, just to ensure that we have just a little bit more time to absolutely go to town on. And gorgeous, another wave. Nicely done here. Okay, so we've got a pretty big force coming our way. So I don't think I want to improve that one as much as I want to improve this one. Excellent. So all of that looks good, and I will probably throw down just a little house here. It provides an extra gold a day, which isn't bad. And I think we will just unleash the party here. So here we are. I don't need to be worried about them too much until the range unit starts coming by. So I will just kind of run by, once again doing kind of the body blocking technique, and especially now that we've got the magic armor, it'll help really mitigate and do a good amount of damage to everybody, so our towers and our longbowmen are able to kind of focus on, you know, essentially just wiping out as many enemies as possible, and then I can hit our ability again, hit as many units as possible, because the ability, I forgot to mention, not only increases our attack speed, but it also increases the health generated. We essentially heal. Ooh, wonderful. Now all of a sudden we've got 16 damage, 16 gold, and as you can see, there's a couple flying units that'll be coming over this way. So I think I do want to double that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then I think we will just throw down some more economy. And we'll just let it run. Since we will not be able to help at all, essentially all we can do is hope that our good amount of range units here, you know, we can certainly try and tank, but our range units are really the ones doing all the damage. But our ability does allow us to heal, which means we are able to essentially just stop it entirely here. So we've got a huge amount of econ that just came on through. And you can see that we've got a whole bunch of enemies that are going to be popping out through here. So what I would like to do is get some... Not a great pick against range units. We do have so many towers that I think these spearmen are going to be extra helpful. And now we actually get to show off some of our upgraded towers. So those are tier 2 towers. And we can get just an egregious amount of them, which I think is wonderful. So boom, all of a sudden, one good day of econ, we were able to just completely change our entire defensive area here. And with 15 a turn, we should be able to have a really, really decent and relatively consistent amount of gold coming in. Of course, we don't want to ignore anything else. You know, our bowmen here seem to be taking, you know, wiping out a fair amount of them. We don't want to lose this tower, since that is a tremendous amount of damage that we would lose. So perfect, our spearmen are going in to defend. And we didn't lose a thing. Ah, that makes me so very happy. And so here we're getting attacked from pretty much every angle, but I'm not super worried about that. We've got 22 gold. So I'd like to dump that in right here. Units can attack while you command them. I would say probably just Royal Mastery here would be really good. Just buff up our unit. And you'll notice that every time we upgrade something, we get a little bit more room to build. So all of a sudden we'll be able to really set up 4 more towers, some walls, all this good stuff, which will just be tremendously helpful for us in the long run. But we want to be careful that we do not overextend, because at the same time, everything that we lose ultimately hurts our long-term survivability, especially in terms of econ, as well as our experience. So, let's just hop in here and get it rocking and rolling, because next turn, you know, not to spoil anything, but next turn I will most likely, and when I say most likely, I will definitely just be upgrading our towers and defenses here. Ah, see, we're starting to lose in those fields. All of a sudden, that's 2 gold we're not going to get for the next turn, which is a bummer. But the good news is we've been able to hold off pretty well down here. He is able to just wipe out those areas with with a singular hit. And there goes our tower, so we're going to really want to just kite these guys as much as we possibly can. And boom. Alright, so we got a decent amount of gold. 23 gold is, you know, perfectly fine. It's not nearly as good as we'd hoped, but that's alright. So what I'll say here is that we'll probably pick up 5 here and 5 here just to kind of help solidify this defensive angle right here. Next turn, we'll probably upgrade... It's tempting to upgrade one of the mills, but we'll probably upgrade either a tower or the walls, just to ensure that our defense is really pretty much nigh uncrackable. Because this last wave is just bananas. Perfect, our spearmen are doing great. We probably do want to upgrade them as well. But that's exactly what we want to see. Units just not being able to even get past our defenses. So the longer we stay here, the weaker that front gets. So let's hop in here. Just try and hold them off until, yes, here comes some more spearmen. Wonderful. We can come down here and help cover while the spearmen cover up there. As long as they don't hit our econ, we should be in decent shape. But we do not... that's already one field down. That's all right. Oof. All right, a little bit spicy. But we certainly made it through here. 27... I would say we probably want to upgrade this area because there's 50 ranged units. Don't want to upgrade the wall. Certainly not a priority. Okay, so we have 8 gold. I would probably say we upgrade this. And then 2 more gold remaining. Pardon me. We'll upgrade this. Fantastic. So, we're going to hop in here, and we're going to let it rip. Let's see how this goes. What I probably should have done is let my melee units come out and help by commanding them, because there are some basic commands you can give your units and whatnot, but as you can see, not always. Ooh, there it is. We did die, so it is going to take us about 7, 6, 5, 4. But we're actually holding up pretty well. I think this tower should be going down relatively quickly. But frankly, just the sheer amount of damage that our magic armor is able to do has really been able to, frankly, stop them dead in their tracks, which is wonderful. Okay, now we have a bit of a gimme. A gimme wave, which is fantastic. Onto nearby enemies. That could be really interesting. I think I will put a fortress tower here. Another fortress tower here. Since it can shoot 2 arrows, that always makes me quite happy. And so, since this is an easy wave, we'll just let it roll. Oh, it does feel good to have that happen after the insanity. This, as you can see, it escalates very quickly. And those trebuchets are real painful for our dear units. So what I'll probably do is get you up to also Fortress Tower. We'll probably have to give that up. So I'll throw these guys out. They'll be flails, since that's really AoE damage. And I'll upgrade this one back here. Since this is our last wave, we do not necessarily have to worry about, you know, long-term survival. It is simply just survival. So let's see how this goes. Let's make sure that these catapults are dealt with. As you can see, just the sheer amount of damage that those catapults do are really, I mean, they're enough to really ruin any front at this point. So, good, we're recruiting more units, and I believe these are all ranged units. I mean, flying units that are coming in, indeed, and they are being wiped out accordingly. So let's sprint over here and start hitting their back line. Wonderful, that's one catapult done. Frankly, I don't mind getting hit, especially if that allows us to just muscle through, but you can already see they've wiped out a tremendous amount. I believe there was probably an attack from up north as well. As long as we get to keep a few of these areas up and running, I am content. Yeah, so they're coming in from up there. So they probably will need a little bit more help up here. Just because there's enough fortress towers there that should be able to help. Once again, allowing them to do damage to us is kind of huge. Good. We want to make sure that these guys don't fire off another volley. Okay, they took down one of our fortress towers, two of our fortress towers. So the rest of this is really going to have to be fought with blood, sweat, and tears. Whatever other waves they've got, we got to get ready. Unless that's it. If that's it, I would be very okay with that. Oh, nope. Perfect, and here come our units. Luckily, they had just about enough time to kind of get a few back up and running. Let's sprint away. Okay, here comes our ability. Give me all my health back. At least enough health that I'm able to really kind of run through here, stabbing as we go. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. And here comes another heal. That's got to be it, right? It is indeed. Whew. So yeah, just a little 22 little minute experience. You know, I believe it's a very, very small dev group, which is wonderful. They've got a lovely message at the beginning of at the start of this game. So here we are, and every level we upgrade new things, so like slow melee attack, deals splash damage, and then big strike. So this is a new weapon for our king. Hopefully we'll be able to try that next episode. Boom. Weapon you have becomes more powerful every night, all the way up until 175 for the final night, but all of your units and buildings, gross, deal 30% less damage right from the beginning. That's tough. You permanently for the mills. Wind spirits can catch and block enemy arrows in the range of the mill. Interesting. And what's this? Walls and towers have 70% more health. That's not bad at all. Especially if we're going for more of a static defense build. Hunters excel against monsters but have decent melee capabilities as well. For ranged units, nice. And perfect. So here we are. It looks like we got a few more crowns here, completed a few more quests. So we can go and check this out. Achieve a victory without a spear. That's totally fine. With this, with spear and turtle, and a high score of 12,000. Very interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll hop into Durstein next episode. And if there's anything about this series that you want to know more about, that you want to see more of, please let me know. But hey, this is Sergeant Neutral wishing you all, especially my dear patrons, a very, very good rest of your day.